Archer 1 to Bravo 07. You in position?
Holy shit, Call of Duty is back, guys. I played the beta for the game a month ago and have been dying to just get back to Call of Duty. Feels like it's just been so long since we've had a good shooter. Battlefield sucked, Halo basically shit the bed. I'm so glad Call of Duty answered this year with just a banger of a game. I wanted to talk first about campaign because that mode seriously surprised me. Infinity Ward has figured out how to make awesome Call of Duty campaigns that just make you feel like this badass SEAL Team 6 member. The campaign has you hunting down a terrorist leader who has somehow convinced the cartel to help him out. I know this shit sounds crazy and you're not going to get an Oscar-winning plot here, but the fun in the campaign just comes from these badass mission sequences that you get, where you play with Ghost and Price in one of the most fun campaigns, in my opinion, in just Call of Duty history. The game even came out a week early, letting me basically go ahead and play campaign first without feeling like I'm lagging behind in multiplayer. Just straight props to whoever decided to do that. Missions still have this crazy Michael Bay action sequences that Call of Duty is known for, and by the end, the only thing you're really wishing for is that it was just a little longer. Don't get me wrong, and some missions are just a little annoying after a while, but I mean, they serve their purpose. It's just a nice change up from the constant shooting. You get this really cool, fun AC-130 mission, a ghillie suit mission of course, and this badass Mexican Special Forces mission where you're busting through people's homes to find the bad guy. Overall, campaign took about 8 hours, but I enjoyed almost every second of it. Most frustrating part for me was those stealth missions where you craft things, but basically I think that's an intro to their DMZ Tarkov mode. I seriously suggest not skipping campaign this year though, guys. When it comes to multiplayer, the amount of content we get is just insane. I know the launch was ass, but the game is finally getting to a better place. I'll talk more about bugs and negatives later though. Multiplayer this time has 12 modes to play, but we're missing Hardcore, which will be here soon. You're going to be getting new modes like Invasion, which is like a ground war with bots and other players, Prisoner Rescue, which is basically a hostage-saving search and destroy with revives, and all the classic Call of Duty game modes except Hardcore for some weird reason. We're getting Warzone 2 in November, we're getting a DMZ mode to compete with Tarkov. The game on the multiplayer side just looks like it's only going to get better and better. As for the actual multiplayer gameplay, I'm seriously a fan of it. I like that it's a little slower, even though I like to personally rush. The footsteps were actually turned down, but they're still distinguishable. I like that there's a headshot multiplier, so you have a chance at times if you get shot at first. Guns so far feel great. I haven't ran into a gun I hate yet and just can't play. I mean, there's a few rifles and shotguns that are annoying to get killed from, but that's just an issue in every Call of Duty game. I think they've made some good changes to the progression, forcing you to almost play different guns to get all of the attachments and guns. I like that the guns unlock as you play the guns in the tree, but I do have to point out that some of it is just ridiculous and poorly designed. To get a specific muzzle, for example, you have to play a gun that's hidden behind two other guns, forcing you to play an LMG or a sniper just to get an attachment for like your M4. Like I said, on paper it sounds great, but the execution's a mess, especially with the worst UI I've ever seen in a game. This takes me to what I don't like about the game. The UI is just trash. I mean, it looks like a mobile game. I can't tell where I can find anything. I literally learned yesterday on TikTok that I can turn into score streaks instead of using kill streaks, because the genius that implemented it hit it on the bottom left hand of the corner of the kill streak page. The game's UI is so universally hated to the point that the developers are about to revamp it completely in an update. The game also launched in honestly just a horrible state. We had graphical bugs with Nvidia on PC, constant crashing during parties, a rubber banding issue in the beginning of games, weapon tuning, which is this awesome new feature. It lets you adjust the weight of attachments, was taken out completely, at least temporarily, because it wasn't working. Bugs have been slowly getting ironed out though, and the game is getting to a better place. I did play this on PC and Xbox Series X. The Xbox Series X I think ran better than the PC, but you know, if you're on PC, just download the Nvidia update for those graphics drivers so that you don't get a seizure from this flickering thing that was happening. As for the multiplayer maps, two of them are pretty bad. I don't despise that freeway map that everyone hates as much, but sometimes that spawn system just makes you hate it. Speaking of spawns, squad spawning is a mess. And I mean, sometimes you're put into unavoidable death streaks. You're basically spawning on your teammate who sometimes is in a fight, someone's already got a shot at him, and good luck, you're gonna die again. I actually had myself spawn on a grenade. This is a yearly Call of Duty thing. I throw a grenade somewhere, Semtex, and die, and then I'm gonna spawn on it because my teammate was there. Hate that this still happens even like 7 or 8 years later. I also don't like the way that they've changed the perk system. You're not getting Ghost or any of your perks till the end. You're basically picking a package, and during time in the game and even score kind of helps you get the perks faster. It's like having this specialist mode on, and basically my problem with it is that whoever gets UAVs faster in the beginning steamrolls the other team. It's just something that normally happens a lot because you're not going to be getting most of your perks till the end. I know skill-based matchmaking is an issue for everyone. I'm not a pro player by any means, but I've had it put me in some really laggy games after I get anything above a 1.5 kill death. It just feels like it needs to be just turned down a bit. I mean, it's a little aggressive. Maybe that's just what they're doing in the beginning of the game to help get people in the right spots, but I'm not someone that's going to complain about it. I think personally, it's there to help people. It's not really there to hurt people. It does suck sometimes you have to really try hard to play a game, but you know what? If you're going to play online, you're going to have to try, right? You're playing other people, and those other people are trying to get you. So I feel like if you don't want to try, go play against bots, but that's just my opinion on the situation. I think the game also launched with no hardcore, and that alienates a huge player base for basically no reason. I'm not sure when they said they're bringing it back. I think it's Season 1, but it should be coming soon. I mean, I know it sounds like I just listed a ton of issues, guys, but I just can't stop playing this game. I was supposed to go through Gotham Knights and review that, but I mean, I've been hooked. I've been hooked on just leveling up my guns and playing a good shooter for once. If you can't tell by now, I really like this game. I'm gonna have to go with an 8 out of 10 though, because it just sucks to have bugs and missing features like map voting, a barracks, leaderboards. These are all features that were standard in every Call of Duty game. It's really weird that these aren't in yet. Feels like they're waiting on Season 1, maybe they're waiting on Warzone, but I mean, to charge $70 for this and not have a few features, it's, you know, it has to be a ding here on my opinion. The game feels like it's only going to get better in time though. I can't wait to see what DMZ and Warzone 2 feel like. I haven't played a lot of Call of Duty since that Modern Warfare 2019 reboot, but considering what happened with Vanguard and Cold War, I'm happy that this game puts Call of Duty in that right direction. I mean, don't get me wrong, the UI is garbage, the launch issues, the missing features, it's all inexcusable. But when the game works, it's seriously so much fun. I think the game is a step in the right direction for the franchise. If you haven't played Call of Duty in a while, or if you just didn't like Vanguard, if you didn't like Cold War, I strongly suggest give this game a try if you're a fan of the series. I think it's safe to say that Call of Duty is finally back to its former glory, and I'm really hoping they don't fuck this one up again. Thanks for watching, guys. We're a new channel, we're still growing. Every interaction helps. If you made it this far, be sure to drop a like, hit subscribe, don't miss a single review. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.